Are you looking for the best electric scooter? In this video, we will look at some of the 6 best electric scooter on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1, Swagtron Swagger 5 Boost. Swagtron Swagger 5 Boost is the best electric scooter for modest budgets. The Swagger 5 Boost is a welcomed upgrade to its predecessor, the Swagger 5 Elite, and replaces it on our list of best scooters. The motor is more powerful, going from 250 to 300 watts, but keeps its competitive price. The Boost has a solid build and feel, designed to support riders up to 320 pounds, while weighing just 26 pounds. Itself great for walk-up apartments or getting on and off mass transit. It easily folds and unfolds with a single locking latch. The rated travel distance is 12 miles. Expect this number to vary due to rider size, speed traveling, winds and terrain. That's not far but fine for last-mile commutes or riding to classes, and it charges in under 4 hours. There are 3 ride modes to choose from, and even cruise control, though you'll need to connect a phone to the Boost via Bluetooth, and use an iOS or Android app to toggle it on and off. The scooter has a rear mechanical disc brake, a bell in front and rear lights for safety, and Swagtron even went so far as to include a cup holder. The ride on its two 8.5-inch honeycomb puncture-proof tires is decent, especially considering the lack of a suspension. Shocks would add to the weight and cost, though. The scooter's top speed is 18 miles per hour, dependent on rider size. Given the suggested user age of 12 years and up, larger, heavier riders might not reach that speed, particularly on inclines. The scooter's deck is pretty narrow, making it easier to carry, but more difficult for riders with large feet to stand comfortably. The Boost has an IPX4 rating, meaning it can survive a splash, but not be submerged in water. For small budgets and distances, this is the scooter for you. Number 2, E-Twow GT SE. So many electric scooters force riders to make compromises. A lightweight scooter usually means a smaller battery that results in slower speeds and shorter travel distances. Couple that with the 5 or 6 hours it takes to recharge, and that makes it hard to use on a continuous basis. Enter the E-Twow GT SE, a 29-pound scooter with a top speed of 25 miles per hour. That can charge up to 80% in 2.5 hours. The scooter supports riders up to 220 pounds, with its 700-watt motor, powered by a 504Wh Samsung battery. During testing, it was able to travel about 15 miles before needing a charge. That's not far off from the company's 23-mile claim. Travel distances vary depending on rider size, style of riding, hills and wind conditions. The scooter is easy to fold down and has collapsible handlebars, making its storage footprint very small. The handlebar height is adjustable for shorter or taller riders. Additionally, it has a spring in the deck and a small suspension in the front to ease some bumps out. The E-Twow GT SE is equipped with a headlight, electric horn, and 3 methods of braking: the regenerative motor, physical rear disc brake, and a rear foot spoiler brake. There's an app for iOS and Android too. Connect to the scooter's built-in Bluetooth, and the mobile app displays the speedometer and battery info, and has the ability to toggle the lights on and off. There's also an alarm if the scooter is moved. Along with making noise, it will use the motor to slow its movement if someone tries riding off on it. It's not the flashiest scooter I've seen, but is by far the best performing lightweight scooter I've tested. It's one of the most impressive ultra-portable last-mile scooters you'll find. Be sure to activate the instant coupon for $100 off if you're purchasing through. Number 3, InMotion S1 electric scooter. Last-mile scooter that can handle more weight than the rest. The InMotion S1 is an exceptionally comfortable last-mile scooter, coming in at $1,099. This responsive scooter has front and rear suspension, 10-inch puncture-proof pneumatic tubeless tires, and a handlebar height of 42 inches, so there's less hunching over when you ride. It's powered by a single 500-watt brushless rear wheel motor, and can get up to speeds of 18.6 miles per hour. The rear motor positioning is great for minimizing some of the weight in the front when lifting on or off of a curb. If you are on the heavier side, the S1 gets noticeably slower on inclines. InMotion rated the scooter to travel 59 miles before needing a charge. We found that to be closer to 20 to 25 miles from our testing. This always depends on travel speeds, rider size, and the terrain. The S1 ships with a single 63-volt charger, and takes about 7 hours to replenish the 675Wh battery. However, with 2 charge ports on the S1, that time can be cut in half with a second charger. One minor complaint: the small circular covers for the charge ports can be troublesome to close. It's extremely important to keep them covered when not charging to keep moisture out. The S1 has a dust and water rating of IP55, and the battery IP67. The S1 has a simple and clean design, minimizing the multiple buttons you find on other scooters. It has a single multi-function button: long press to power on/off, quick press to toggle the lights, and double press to switch between eco, standard, and sport modes. The LCD is bright enough to see in sunlight, and the illuminating blue ring around it gives it a futuristic look. The scooter has a durable industrial feel, somewhat like a rental. It weighs 53 pounds and can support riders up to 300 pounds. Which is surprising for a scooter of this size. Most only support up to 220 pounds. It can also be folded down for carrying or storage. For safety, the S1 comes with front and rear lights. The rear light will come on when the lights are off, and the brakes are applied and will brighten when on. The deck of the S1 has the same blue illumination as the ring around the display. The lights illuminate in the direction the handlebars are turned, or when the deck is leaning left or right. The side will flash in red like a turn signal. The lights are indicated on the display along with ride mode, battery level in bars and speed. Number 4. Segway Ninebot KickScooter Max. The Segway Max is a reliable electric scooter that can take you very far. It's rated to go 40 miles on a full charge. If you're driving slower and on flat ground, which is a bold claim by Segway, in real-world conditions, I was able to go 7 miles on this electric vehicle. My daily commute before working from home, at top speed, using 45% of the battery. That's still pretty good considering the scooter itself is rather hefty, weighing 41 pounds, and I frequently got it up to 18 miles per hour. The air-filled tires make for a more comfortable ride than the S-Series from Segway. One feature I really appreciated was the charging cable. It's a generic power cord with no brick, making it easy to carry around or replace. The 551 watt-hour battery can be fully charged in 6 hours. To stop, electric kick scooter riders can just use the handbrake. There's also a bell built into the handlebar to alert pedestrians you're coming. And if you've got big feet, like a Ninebot KickScooter Max Gallery. Number 5. Unagi E500. Premium scooter manufacturer Unagi adds new color customization options and a dual 250-watt motor to this update to last year's E450 model, our previous pick for the best all-around electric scooter. Why call this one the E500? Because that's the new total motor output wattage. Due to the dual 250-watt motors, the E500 required a slightly larger battery, 28.8 volts, than the E450, to maintain the same travel distance. It makes the carbon fiber and aluminum body about 2 pounds heavier, at just a hair under 27 pounds. The display is bright and easy to see in sunlight, and instead of sticking a bell on the scooter, they've put on an electric horn that's loud enough to be heard through a closed car window. The electric scooter can support riders up to 270 pounds, with a top speed of 18 miles per hour and a travel distance of 15 miles. To stop the scooter, just use the ABS electric brake, or put a little brake for those steep hills. For a closer look at this electric scooter, check out our gallery of the Unagi E500. Read more on the Unagi E500. Number 6. GoTrax GMax Ultra Electric Scooter. Solid build and good range. GoTrax GMax Ultra is the company's top-of-the-line commuter scooter. It boasts a 350-watt motor and a 36-volt, 17.5 ALG lithium-ion battery. Its 10-inch air-filled tires made rides more comfortable than expected, considering it doesn't have a suspension. It took approximately 4 to 5 hours to charge. The scooter is a kick and go, meaning you kick to take off, and then use the well-placed thumb throttle on the right side of the handlebar to keep moving. It can hit a top speed of 20 miles per hour, and, according to GoTrax, you can get about 45 miles of travel between charges. In real-world usage, it was about half of that, which is still pretty good. This also depends on the rider's size, hills, and wind conditions. It supports riders up to 220 pounds. On the left side of the handlebars is the power button, as well as plus and minus buttons. Hold the power button for 3 seconds to turn on and off. By default, The scooter requires a 3-digit passcode to turn on that is entered using the plus-minus buttons and the power button to confirm. This won't stop someone from pushing the scooter, but the passcode along with a built-in stainless steel cable and 4-digit combination lock are nice to have for quickly locking it up. Plus, if you try to turn it on and roll it, the motors will slow its movement while making a beeping sound until the passcode is entered. Holding the minus button puts the scooter in walk mode. This gives you a 3 mph power assist while you walk the scooter. Another nice feature. If the throttle is held for 10 seconds, it enters cruise control, where the scooter will maintain its speed until the brakes or throttle are touched. It can also be used to change gears when combined with the plus button.